Okay, wait. Ready? Why do we like the Torah?
I like the Torah because it has good stories.
Yay! Woo! Me too. Okay. Hello! Yay! Okay, so I am the glittery Rebbitzin, right? And who are you?
Your name? Louder.
Alma! Yes! And? Who's mommy? Well, Claudia!
Hi.
Yay! And now it's time for Drag Torah.
A fight. Can you imagine the two babies fighting in the belly?
It must have been very uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. The truth is, Jojo, that, it is the rabbis not knowing what does it mean to be pregnant. Because when pregnant, you feel like everything is fighting inside of you, right?
So it's like, that's how it's normal.
Right. And the two babies are going to come and become two different people. Yeah. Generations, yes. People.
One will vote for Trump and one will vote for Hillary.
Thank you, Evan. What color of hair was Esav? Red.
Like this?
We were imagining, what if Esav was a girl? Maybe he would look like Dorothy.
There we go.
Yeah?
Okay, so Esav was a redhead and a hunter.
Yeah?
Like, what's her name from Brave?
Oh,
yeah,
that's great. Merida.
Merida.
Esav inspired Merida.
Yeah,
That's
very
kind
cool.
of awesome.
He is by far the cooler figure.
Yeah,
It is
well.
true. Yes.
Yeah.
$100 lentil soup.
What happened to that lentil soup?
He got it.
Mommy ate it all and there was none left for dinner.
No, I didn't eat it. I did not eat it. So, there's a story in the middle that happens right after. Very similar to the story of Sarah and Abraham.
Mm-hmm.
That they are really hungry. It's in chapter 26.
Uh-huh.
There is famine in the land.
Mm-hmm.
And they go to Abimelech to get some food. And then when, in verse 6, when they are there, the people of Abimelech, of Gerar, ask, who is that woman? Who is, when the men the place ask him about his wife, and he said, she is my sister.
Ah.
Because he was
afraid.
He
Again,
was
we
afraid.
have this.
Again. Yeah. And I was
It's
watching.
all over the place.
It's all over the place.
Yeah.
I was watching
Yeah.
the other one, and it's
Yeah.
all over the place. So the question is, it is very hard that we find all the place, and I wonder if it's something that was something that happened
Common,
very often.
that they would say, like, we're going to kill you or something?
Right. If you say, we will kill you for your wife. But the interesting
It's
thing that what
strange.
happens
Yeah.
eventually is when they realize that it's the wife,
Yeah.
they are like, oh,
We're so sorry.
so sorry.
It keeps happening.
Yes.
Like, I don't understand why that was a thing. That they're like, okay, it's okay if it's your sister, but it's not okay if it's your wife, but we were going to kill you.
But,
Like, yeah.
oh, yeah.
Tells us something about assuming the worst about people.
Exactly. That's
Over and over again,
Right.
we assume that somebody is going to kill someone else for their wife, and over again, it doesn't
Right.
happen.
And it's the fear.
Yeah.
It is the fear, which is
Yeah.
what makes people to make that decision.
Yeah.
To lie or to do things that because they're afraid. And then
Yeah.
when the truth is out there, it's like, oh, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that terrible. We would have welcomed you
Yeah.
with your wife. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why fear is your worst enemy.
Yeah.
Because then you make your fears come true by assuming the worst about other people.
That's the commentary of Eben out
Yes.
there. But one of the explanations is that she does that because God told her that Jacob will be the ancestor of the Jewish people. So she's making sure that happens. She's making history happen. So she is in many ways like a conduit.
Yeah.
She takes very seriously the promise of the generations to come. And because God said it's going to be Jacob, she needs to make this happen, even with a little
help.
a little help and a little tricks there.
Yeah.
And it raises a lot
She's
of
a
questions.
tricky figure.
Yeah, she is.
We don't have a lot of like solid, great figures like women in this parsha. Like here's a woman and she's deciding to do this, and it's clearly the honorable thing to do.
But you could say that she's a very strong woman and she knows what she wants and what is going to
That's
happen.
true. She decides to help.
Right. So it is tricky in one way, and at the same time, she is a very strong figure making happen what it is supposed to happen, and eventually she will tell Jacob to run and to go and makes the story happen. The son, the father, Yitzchak, is a much more passive figure. Now, we have a little compassion for Yitzchak because earlier in his life, his father tried to kill him.
Exactly. So Yitzchak is like, wasn't there midrash that like he's blind because the angels cried while his father is going to kill him?
Right. And you can imagine he becomes blind because he just can't see anymore, right?
Yeah.
And that also raises a lot of questions about why there's only one blessing.
Right.
Why cannot be blessings enough
There's
for
love
everybody?
enough for both kids.
Yeah.
There should be love enough for both kids. It's a very interesting portion where you've got the mom being sneaky and the dad being blind and having tricks played on him, and he's not smart enough to see through it.
Or
he's willing.
He is, but he prefers to be blind because that's
He's choosing to not see, and choosing not to question the injustice.
Yeah.
We also have two children, and there has to be a favorite, and there has to be a less favored child, which is, it doesn't sit well with modern audiences. But in all of this, we really only have one woman, and she is smart and competent and capable and a little bit sneaky.
Yeah. But they actually are afraid. Jacob's afraid until the last minute that he still wants to kill him because he feels really guilty. And then he realized that he doesn't. Yeah. So there's a lot of fear. A lot of fear, which is something that we know it's very relevant to us right now.
Yeah, we have, a lot of these. Well, and looking at the gender, we don't necessarily have any women exhibiting that fear. We have the male characters showing the fear. We have Abraham being afraid he's going to be killed because his wife is beautiful twice. We've got Yitzhak being afraid that he's going to be killed because his wife is beautiful. We have Jacob being afraid because he thinks his brother is going to kill him. We've got a lot of these characters being terrified of what might happen, and then it's like, never mind.
And
it's anticlimactic.
Right, and Rivka, she just manipulates what she can to deal with that reality. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
So we've got manipulative and fearful ancestors.
Yes.
Okay. So, and does that take us to the end of Toldot?
Yeah, I think we covered it up.
So how sexist is this on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being there's terrible things that happen to women. 1 being everything is great. This is pretty low. It's not very sexist.
5.
Is this a 5?
I don't know. I have a hard time with this.
The scale? How sexist is it scale?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We could go with the 5. Sure. All right. So, according to Alma, how sexist is Toldot? 5.
Do you even know what sex